know that this is the first override of Obama and in his presidency. Do you agree with what he just said, that this decision is dangerous?
No, I don't. Sovereign immunity is not an excuse for bad nations to get away with what Saudi Arabia or Iran or North Korea does. Are we judging ourselves by the standard of state sponsors of terrorism? This vote was historic. We've only done this 110 times in the history of the Republic. So, this is a message that the so-called legacy of the Obama administration is dead in the water. And every Democrat except Harry Reid agrees with the Republicans.
How much do you think the legacy has to do with it, though? Do you think that's what some of these things are about? Because if you look at facts, you can't see how he could possibly be saying some of the things he's saying.
Yeah, look, it is. Look at the Iran deal. The Iran deal is perhaps the most egregiously astrategic thing America has done in the last 40 years. This is a nation that is a registered state sponsor of terrorism, according to the State Department, and we give them $150 billion. Why would you do that unless you are desperate for a legacy? Everything else has failed. The Russia reset, the red lines in Syria, the stabilization of Iraq. Unfortunately, it is. Spin has trumped national security in this White House.
It sure has.
Dr. Gorka, excuse me, Dr. Gorka, Brian Brenberg here. Is it not true, though, that this 9/11 bill could put, foreign officials overseas at risk? I mean, we've seen it in the past. We've seen other countries, other people talk about, war crimes that the U.S. has committed. These are usually specious crimes, of course, or specious claims, of course. But doesn't it actually put some of our officials at risk?
Look, no more than they already are. There's nothing to stop another nation prosecuting our people already unless there is a SOFA, a status of forces agreement between us and that nation. So the idea that suddenly something happened yesterday and our diplomats or our military are now incredibly more vulnerable than they were before, it's fantasy.
Well, what about this, Sebastian? Pentagon says 600 more troops are headed to Iraq. So what does that tell us? Does this tell us basically that we were wrong, we're losing the fight against terror in the Middle East, now he's sending more troops to Iraq?
It's a death of 1,000 cuts. ISIS has recruited more than 85,000 jihadis in just a couple of years. We have the best military the world has ever seen, but the idea that 600 extra troops are going to make a difference in this, the deadliest jihadi insurgency of the modern age, it's putting a Band-Aid on a sucking chest wound. It's a symbolic gesture that will not do anything significant to fight ISIS as the threat to America.
Right. Well, we'll be watching this. Incredible times. Sebastian Gorka, good to see you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.